Well, good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, I've had a couple of questions about the lift on my 2020 Tacoma back here. First of all, let me tell you what it is. It's a 3-2 ready lift. It's a block and spacer lift. 3 inches in the front with spacers, 2 inches in the back with blocks. But the question has been, and I get a lot of questions about what I put on it. But the other question has been, how much clearance do I have? Someone asked me what the inch measurement was between the wheels, the new wheel and tire setup, I guess, that I have, and the fender wells. And to get it in one place, and so that you guys know, what I have on here is a 285/70 R17 Duratrack Goodyear Wrangler tire. And the wheels are Fuels, and they are 17 inch with a -12 millimeter offset. So that gives it a little bit of poke. It sticks out a little bit. Anyway, I've got it up here on the lift, nice and high, so we can take a look at it. And I thought it'd be interesting to go ahead and give you guys the measurements so that you can actually see what the distances are in between the tires and the wheel wells. We'll take a look in the back, and of course this is an easy one back here, and that's because it doesn't really matter. There's plenty of room back here for more tire. But I'll show you anyway before we get into the rest of it. And we'll start right here in the front. You guys can see right there, we've got right about 4 inches, if that ever focuses, right about 4 inches there. And in the back here, let's take a look. And this would only come into play if you're really bouncing around or something. I mean, it shouldn't matter otherwise. Back here in the back, we've got, let's see if we can get it to focus up, about 2.5 inches right there. So not too bad, plenty of room. And then we'll take a look at the top. Again, this would only really come into play if you were really bouncing around or something crazy. But you can see we're right about, it looks like about 8 inches or so from the top of the tire there to the top of the wheel well. So there's plenty of room back here, and not that there ever would be an issue in the back. More concerning would be, of course, the front and the UCA inside there as well. We'll take a look at all of that next. All right, let's start here in the front. Reach my camera around here, and I'll show you the distance here. It's right about, it's just a hair shy of 3 inches. It's a little blurry, I know, for some reason my camera is not focusing, but it's a little shy of 3 inches there. Let's go around to the other side. Show you guys here. Again, it's almost identical, just a hair less than 3 inches here in the front, if you will, or the rear, I guess, towards the driver's side door. And then once again, we'll take a look at the top. This is the top of the tire to the fender well, if you will. And I know it's kind of on the outside there, but right about, you look at it square on, maybe 7 1/4, a little more than 7 1/4. Again, plenty of room there, no issues. Let's take a look now at the UCA inside there. And this is where I had trouble in the past on the other truck. And let's see. You guys can see right here is what I'm talking about. The distance between the edge of the tire and the UCAs. And this is where you run into trouble. If you're bouncing around or anything crazy like that, you can actually hit this. Or if you turn and bounce, that's where I had problems with the other truck. Now, let's go ahead and take a quick measurement. See if I can get this in the frame. You guys can see it looks to be right about an inch, a little over an inch, maybe 1 1/4 inches. You guys will actually see it better on the camera before I do when I go back and take a look at it. But let's stick my hand in there because this is a good measurement. There, that's probably a better view. This is a good measurement if you're just out in the field. I mean, you can see I've got my hand in there now. against the tire, and you can see the distance still between my knuckles and the UCA itself. Right there, they're touching. So my knuckles touch right there. And that's probably, I don't know if you look at the width of my hand, probably about an inch, maybe a hair over an inch, something like that. And that's a pretty good distance to have. I think that's a good way to kind of rough it. You know, if you're out there in the field and you're trying to figure out without a tape measure how much clearance you have. For instance, if you're at the shop and they've just lifted it. That's kind of a good rule of thumb. I mean, unless you have gigantic hands or tiny hands. A good rule of thumb to see if you have enough clearance. You should have, in my opinion, somewhere between an inch minimum and an inch and a half clearance. If you can accomplish that, then you really shouldn't have any troubles with the tires rubbing the UCAs. And the last thing you want to do is go and have a lift installed and get it home or get it out on the trail somewhere, or even just backing out of your driveway. Turn the wheel and have your tires hit the UCA. You can feel it, you can hear it, and it's a drag. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to come out, give you guys a little bit of an idea. Again, some people have asked me what the actual measurements are, so there's a rough idea, I guess, of what the measurements are on my truck after doing the 3-2 ready lift and putting the bigger wheels and tires on. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Have you encountered any problems when you've done a lift? I know there are some of you guys out there who have rubbing problems. I'd be curious to know. Anyway, if you haven't before, check out my other channel. If you're into the 2020 Jeep Gladiator, I have a channel all about that. It is RobMotive. And don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.